Hi all, hope you're all okay. Excuse the state of me in my wonderful lavender bag, making the most of this to repair my neck after a little migraine. So today I've been taking it super easy and super chilled, and I have become super lazy, and I am clay crafting on the sofa. Oh my ropes. Clay on the sofa, doesn't just have to be the floor these days. Today is a really quick kind of like nice little gentle clay activity if you've been feeling a little bit delicate like me but still want to get crafting, because I so believe that clay is the best kind of therapy to make you feel a little bit better. Then this is a video to show you how to make some flowers like this. Okay, so this is a really nice kind of technique to practice, just to practice to making lovely flowers, because you can use this technique to make all kinds of petals, to make all kinds of flowers. I'm just working at the moment, I've got a piece of clay on a bisque bowl draped over, just so that I've got some kind of hard surface to show you how to make different flowers. Whereas, well, my plan is to completely cover this in flowers to put in the garden. If you wanted, these are just, you can just make them directly straight onto flatness. So you could just have a piece of clay that's flat to work on. You could make a pinch pot to work on if you wanted upside down. You could make some lovely I'm trying to see what's in the house. Make some vase shapes. You could coil a beautiful vase and make these flowers on the side of that. Yeah, you can really put them anywhere. They're lovely. Oh my word, I'm so going to do that. I'm going to coil a vase tomorrow and cover them in these flowers. Yay for tomorrow. Okay, so here goes. I've literally got some scrap bits of clay that I've just kind of found at the bottom of the bag today that probably really needs recycling. So my clay is quite dry, but you can kind of work with anything you've got. So to get the centre of your flower, the centre of your flower will determine how big your flower is going to be. So I've got a little piece of clay like this. I am going to roll it in my hands to make a worm. That's it. There we go. Okay, and then with my worm, I'm just going to squish him flat. Squish him nice and flat, like so. So he's nice and long, like this. My clay, like I say, is really quite dry because I've been handling a bit, so it's starting to crack a bit. If you think that yours is dry and it's cracking a little bit too much, don't be afraid to get a tiny bit of water on your paintbrush and just kind of wet the top and smooth away any, I'm showing this and it's just coming up blurry, and wipe away any cracks. Only, you don't need to do that, it's just if you feel like it's going really dry. So with my little worm, what I'm going to do now is I am going to roll it almost like I'm making a little shell like this. So I'm just going to roll him. Looks like a bit like a clay sausage roll. There we go. And there we have. I mean, these are really nice. I make these just and leave them as little roses when I am doing like fairy houses and decorating just for some small flowers. But yeah, so we've got ourselves a little rose. So what we're going to do now is, if you're putting this onto a surface, so if you're, say, doing it onto a flat thing or a coiled vase or anything, all the same, you are going to, with the back, you're just going to get a cocktail stick. Again, I still haven't really got any, so I'm using my pointy needle, and you're just going to make, so you're just going to score the back of your flower. You're going to score wherever you're going to pop it on, so I'm just going to pop mine here. So I've just made a little make there, that's it. I am then getting a bit of water, but you could use slip, air dry clay water, that's it. Just popped a little bit on, and I've just popped him on the mark, like so, to help him stick on. And then got my lollipop stick. Ooh, I've just moved the camera. Sorry, maybe clay in the living room isn't the best thing. There we go. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is just get my lollipop stick and smooth the edges. Join him together. Just push him on. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be putting our petals on there next too. So there he is, joined on. Simple as that. Next, to make petals. Oh my word, I do apologise. Because I keep knocking things. Okay, so to make petals, you're going to want to get, again, the size of the clay you've got will depend on the size of your petal that you're going to be using. So this piece of clay is going to make quite a big petal, I think, so I'm going to make it a bit smaller. Put that in half. I'm going to roll that into a ball on my hands, like so. And then I'm going to roll it a little bit, longer, so it's almost like a teeny tiny fat cocktail sausage. That's it, okay? And then I'm popping it on my palm, getting my thumb, pressing my thumb in the petal and I'm just rocking it back and forth. I am cupping my hand so that it takes in the texture and also gives me the curved bit. So when I take my petal off my hand, it's got the natural curve to it. Simple as. I don't know if you can see, it's also got like the veins of my hand, which gives a really nice organic texture and makes it very petally and beautiful. So that is how you make your petals. That's it. That's simple. So obviously you start smaller, you can go bigger, and then popping my petal. I'm popping him just kind of over. I'm going to squish him in a bit because I want him really covering up the bud inside. Like so. That's it. And then I'm going to get my lollipop stick. And I'm smoothing him. That's it. Smoothing him to the base of whatever you're working on. Okay. And then I'll make another one. So again, got my little piece of clay, rolling it in my hand. Like so. Cupping my hand, using my thumb. Pressing it in, rocking it back and forth like so. Obviously the thinner the clay, it might rip. That's okay. Or if you feel like it's a bit thick at the top, don't be afraid then just to squeeze your petal out, make it thinner, make it bigger. Flowers are completely different, so you really can't go wrong here. Okay, and then I'm going to get my little flower, get him again. I'm going to put that one kind of overlapping there. Oh, he's lovely and covered and short. He's really just poking through, isn't he? So he's like a teeny tiny bud. Remember, every petal that you add onto your flower, just use your lollipop stick or a knife or anything, just to smooth that on. Yeah, because we want every flower to stay joined together on your surface that you're working on, because we don't want your flowers to pop off. So that's it. So for this one, I have just made lots of petals the exact same way as I've just shown you there, but I've just overlapped them in different ways. That's it. That's all I've done. Same with him. This one though, I've left it so he's a bit smaller in the middle, and then he's gone a bit bigger. This little guy, I've just left as a tiny bud. But you could go, and then what you could start doing now is you could make bigger petals, same way, and start bringing them out like this, and then you could have the petals coming out. Just because I've made rectangle ones doesn't mean that you have to. You could make a ball. You could make it have a point at the top, like this. And then using the same technique, pop it in your hand, cup your hand, use your thumb. Give him a nice little wobble. And you've got more of a pointed petal. There, you can then manipulate this and you can really squeeze the top. You can flatten, you can change, you can add the shapes, you can do anything really to make different petals. So there we go. There's a little thing for you to kind of sit on the sofa and practice making lots of balls and making lots of little petals and joining them on, and yeah, and just overlapping them and have fun and experiment. You can't go wrong. Okay. If you were doing something like this, like what I'm doing, I'm going to cover a vase tomorrow. I'll put photos up for you. You could make big massive leaves and put them in between. You could just completely cover it with loads of buds of flowers. Oh my God, and then paint them all different colours. Be beautiful. So yeah, have a go, have a play, practicing making some flowers. Okay, any questions, give me a shout. Yeah, and enjoy the sunshine, guys. Bye.